So the veins of the female perineum have a very similar distribution to the arteries that we just looked at, and there are 5 of these. And these include the deep veins of the clitoris, the vein of the vestibular bulb, the perineal veins, and the inferior rectal veins, and all of these drain into the internal pudendal vein. Let's begin, of course, with our deep veins of the clitoris. So the deep veins of the clitoris usually have 2 veins, one on either side, and they drain the corpora cavernosa of the clitoris. And as we mentioned before, the 2 corpora cavernosa form the crura or the hood of the clitoris. The deep veins of the clitoris travel posterolaterally in the urogenital triangle, and these drain into the internal pudendal vein. Next, let's have a look at the vein of the vestibular bulb, and like its name suggests, it drains the vestibular bulb, which you can see in this image just here in blue, beneath the bulbospongiosus muscle, as well as the erectile tissue of the vagina. Like the deep vein of the clitoris, the vein of the vestibular bulb also courses posterolaterally in the urogenital triangle before draining into the internal pudendal vein. Perineal veins, which we can now see on this slide, drain blood from the transverse perineal muscles, the perineal body, and the posterior labia, and the perineal veins course laterally through the urogenital triangle to drain into the internal pudendal vein. Next on our list are the inferior rectal veins, which we can see here highlighted in green, and the inferior rectal veins, which are also known as the inferior hemorrhoidal veins, drain blood from the inferior part of the rectum before coursing laterally within the anal triangle. And they drain into the internal pudendal vein just before it exits the perineum. And as we've already mentioned, all of the 4 veins we just discussed drain into the internal pudendal vein, which is this vein now seen highlighted in green. And in females, the internal pudendal vein is essentially a continuation of the deep veins of the clitoris, which, if you remember, are these veins highlighted just here in blue, and it then courses posteriorly within the pudendal canal with the internal pudendal artery and the pudendal nerve before it exits the perineum via the lesser sciatic foramen. And in this image we can also see that the internal pudendal vein drains into the internal iliac vein.
If you found this quick anatomy or physiology video helpful, you'll enjoy our video tutorials even more. Click on the button and you'll see what I mean. We have hundreds of videos available to our premium members, not to mention all the fun quizzes, complete articles, and atlas sections to solidify your knowledge. Click on the button in the middle to watch the full-length video and master anatomy and physiology.